It appears that Vivek Ramaswamy may have gotten kicked out of the Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE, because he's no longer in DOGE and has announced that he has different political plans in mind, namely running for governor of Ohio. So look, we'll get to possible issues with the Trump side of things in just a moment. But first, we should note that Ramaswamy has yet to officially announce his run for governor in Ohio, but he is saying the quiet part out loud. Yesterday, he wrote on X, "It was my honor to help support the creation of DOGE. I'm confident that Elon and team will succeed in streamlining government. I'll have more to say very soon about my future plans in Ohio. Most importantly, we're all in to help President Trump make America great again." Now, that was in response to a statement from the Trump transition spokesperson, Anna Kelly, who said this of Vivek Ramaswamy. "Ramaswamy played a critical role in helping us create DOGE. He intends to run for elected office soon, which requires him to remain outside of DOGE. Based on the structure that we announced today, we thank him immensely for his contributions over the last 2 months and expect him to play a vital role in making America great again." Now, anonymous sources have given reporters conflicting accounts of what actually went down behind the scenes. For instance, one reporter by the name of Taylor Populars wrote the following on X. "A source familiar confirms to me that Vivek Ramaswamy is no longer part of DOGE because he is announcing his run for governor of Ohio early next week, and it became clear he couldn't campaign and lead DOGE at the same time. Relationship with Elon is good, and Vivek will be cheering on DOGE," source says. But other sources who spoke to Politico made it seem as though Trump's team actually wanted to get rid of Vivek Ramaswamy, especially none other than Elon Musk, who will now be the sole head of DOGE as an organization, I guess. Politico reports that Musk made it known that he wanted Ramaswamy out of DOGE in recent days, according to 3 people familiar with Musk's preferences who were granted anonymity to discuss them. An ill-received holiday rant on X by Ramaswamy about H-1B visas apparently hastened his demise. And look, that rant was about H-1B visas, but the message that Ramaswamy put out there was particularly gross. He was attacking American workers as lazy, as having poor culture that makes them poor workers, which is why we absolutely need to bring in foreign workers from other countries. They have better work ethic. Here are a few excerpts, just so I'm not putting words in his mouth. He wrote, "Our American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long, at least since the 90s and likely longer. That doesn't start in college, it starts young. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers. If you grow up aspiring to normalcy, normalcy is what you will achieve. Normalcy doesn't cut it in a hyper-competitive global market for technical talent. And if we pretend like it does, we'll have our asses handed to us by China." MAGA didn't like that. Honestly, I didn't like that. I didn't like trashing American workers in order to provide cover for tech CEOs who just want to save on labor costs by bringing in foreign workers who they can like grind down to the bone and pay less. And according to that Politico report, Ramaswamy was on thin ice even before he put out that Twitter thread or that X thread. A source familiar with Ramaswamy's exit told Politico they wanted him out before the tweet, but kicked him to the curb when that came out. And a Republican strategist close to Trump advisor said that Ramaswamy just burned through the bridges and he finally burned Elon. Everyone wants him out of Mar-a-Lago, out of DC. And that same report says that as recently as last week, Ramaswamy was hoping to achieve some early wins at DOGE before leaving to pursue a gubernatorial bid. So Cenk, what do you think is going on here, right? There's 2 different narratives playing out simultaneously. I know what I prefer in terms of the narrative, what I think is most likely true, but I'm curious what you think.
Yeah, so we're doing a poll on this one too, because it's a really good question. I'm gonna bias you guys a little bit with my opinion, but you often vote against me anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So check it out if you can. Of course, shows live 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern every day on YouTube. So why did Vivek leave Doge? A, the H-1B visa tweets. B, Elon didn't want to partner. C, he was too annoying. D, he wanted to run for Ohio governor. So remember, D is the official excuse. And he is going to run for, very, very likely to run for governor. So that's going to seem like it matches, right? So my answer is C, he was too annoying. Okay, now it's a little bit of a combination of all of these things, but I think the tweet mattered the least because remember, Elon Musk agrees with Vivek Ramaswamy on the substance of that tweet. He didn't say it as insulting a way as Vivek did, right? But the idea that the Trump people were so verklempt over that tweet, they're like, oh, you have insulted the great people of America, said the people who ran on the campaign theme of Make America Great Again.
No, hold on though. Look, I don't know about Trump himself or members of his cabinet being annoyed with what Ramaswamy had tweeted in that thread. I know for a fact that Trump supporters were furious, and Trump likes to be popular. And so if you're gonna pick a fall guy out of the two, go with Ramaswamy. Elon's the one who provided him tens of millions of dollars in campaign donations.
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
Hundreds of millions of dollars,
yes,
my bad.
So, no, I know, no. This is way too early for Trump to like respond to the base and get rid of someone that big within the, no, so and you have to, but it's a great point. You always have to separate out the supporters and the apparatchiks, right? That word is back. So yeah, the supporters hated that tweet, it's true.
Yeah. And
they were genuinely furious about it. I think Trump and his allies didn't care at all, because they don't really care about the American people. They just care about their own interests. And if Vivek was greasing them, with money or this or that, and it was in their self-interest, they could one tweet, like they're gonna get rid of somebody over one offensive tweet, right? In my opinion. All right, so look, Vivek is a guy who grates on you. He's always smarmy, always has some sort of excuse, some sort of overly complicated justification for why he's so smart and he's so right and everybody's wrong and everybody's this.
He just has a better culture than us Americans, right?
Yeah, so,
and he is American.
And I've said this many, many times, right? And so, but when he was on the right wing side, everybody was like, yeah, Vivek, and we don't care, right? And now all of a sudden he spends time with a lot of the Trump people and they're like, oh, we gotta get rid of this guy. He's so freaking annoying and greasy and constantly looking out for self-interest. They all do, but in an over-the-top way that people can't stand. But the second thing that's very, very likely that's on that list is Elon doesn't want a second guy around.
No.
Oh, I'd like to share the spotlight with Vivek Ramaswamy. Not a sentence Elon Musk has spoken.
Let me give you one more excerpt from that Politico piece, because they write that a person close to DOGE said Musk did not think it was feasible for him to campaign for office while working on DOGE. Other reports made it clear that he didn't really want to share the leadership role with Ramaswamy. So I think that might be part of it as well. Obviously, Elon Musk isn't gonna come out and confirm it. And on Inauguration Day, they were seen together looking friendly with one another. But I do think that there's something to the point that you're making. And he got under everyone's skin. I mean, I remember during the Republican primaries, he was the most annoying person on that stage. He went from being kind of popular, he was like rising among Republican voters. But by the time the debates were over, his popularity sank because of how he was coming across on stage.
Yeah, and by the way, he was on the show, he did the same thing. He was unbearable, like.
Yeah.
So anyways, early results are in from YouTube. Huge lead for B, Elon didn't want to partner at 42%. Yep, there it is. C, he was too annoying, is gaining ground. On Twitch, it's a blowout. B, Elon didn't want to partner, is winning with 70%. So anyway, Vivek's out for now. He's gonna run for, now look, last thing on this that's interesting is, when he runs for governor of Ohio, as he's very likely to do, how much do the others, including Trump, support him? If they support him a lot, then it was just that, you guys are probably right that Elon didn't want to partner and wanted to get rid of him. If they don't support him very much, then it means that I was right and he's too annoying and the Trump people are like, nah, we don't even want that guy.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges.
You got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.